Welcome to Two Crazy Redheadz.
I'm Bobby.
I'm Deborah.
And we just mixed it up because what the hell?
Just because.
Or H-E-double-L, because maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know. Dude.
You know what? If people are going to be offended because you said hell, then whatever. Then they're not going to want to watch us, and it's all good. Okay, so today.
And since we're the only two watching, well, not a problem. Alright!
Well, if that's the case then. Okay. Storing wine. That's
Storing open
wine.
Storing wine, totally different.
Totally different. We're talking about a bottle that you've already opened that you're not going to finish during that session.
That is not this bottle of wine.
Yeah.
But for you guys, we're going to teach you how to store it.
Yeah, just for informational purposes. And most of the time, I think it's very rare that I do not finish something, because usually you're with friends, you open stuff up, then you're like, all right, what are we going to open next? And every once in a while, you have something that you want to not just stick the cork back in it. You can, and that's probably what I would say most people do. There is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. However,
it is best though if you're going to do that to stick the cork in the end that it came out, not the other end, which I didn't know about. And the reason is because you just don't know what kind of stuff is on the other end of the cork. It's just to be safe and make sure that you don't somehow infect the wine with some weird yeast or bacteria.
I didn't know that, and usually I do use the other end, like the end that you stick the corkscrew in. I usually do that because
it's smaller
and it's easier to stick back in there. So I thought, good thing.
Although I think I have a theory, and I'll have to look into this, that the reason the other end is bigger is because you're drinking cooked wine. Wine that has been heated up. Because my experience is when wine is shipped from like a notable shipper, or you get it from a wine house, it doesn't do it.
I think it depends on. I think we should check into that, because I think it depends on. My theory is it depends on the type of cork.
Okay.
Because I think that some of the wine just got into the cork and just kind of engorged it a little bit.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I have other reasons why.
Okay.
But this is not about cork, so.
I'll be interested to find out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn more. We'll be interested to find out. Okay.
We'll look into it.
So, putting the cork back in the bottle, absolutely okay, and you definitely want to at least do that.
Some people say pour it into like a half bottle or a demi bow tie. There's also a theory that aerates the wine, which further oxidizes it, makes it more likely to go bad. Just depends.
So this wine, we've already drank to here, so you have, all this area. So as soon
not going to fit into a half bottle.
No.
You need to drink more.
Preferably all, I would say. It's just
but doing this for an empty bottle is pointless.
No, exactly. And wine, though, is a living thing. So it's like as soon as you take that cork off, its life is limited. It just is. So it's like, the oxygen hits it and it starts to change. That's why one thing that's great about that is like why you decant wines, because it helps release the flavors, because it's all been stuck in the bottle. And after a certain point, you don't want it to keep going and going and going, because then the wine's going to go bad. So our favorite method is to just take all of the air out of the bottle.
Absolutely. Really quickly, before she does that, one other way to do it is to use nitrogen. It's another really common way. The thing that I don't like about that mostly is that it creates a lot of waste. Because you get a nitrogen can, you pump nitrogen into the can, it's an inert gas, so supposedly it does not affect the wine. I say supposedly because there are people that believe otherwise, especially in regards to older vintages of like Bordeaux, things like that think that it affects the flavor. My palate, I don't think is that sensitive. However, what I don't like is that it creates a lot of waste. So
when all we can do instead is just, instead of replacing the air that's in there with the nitrogen, we're just going to suck it out. So what we have here today is the Vacuvin. So
it comes with, when you buy a Vacuvin, it's about, let's say it's in the $15 to $20 range, depending on where you are. If you buy it online, I just discovered that wine.com charges you like $14 shipping and handling to ship this to you. Don't buy it from them.
No, I got mine from Wine Enthusiast. Love it. Love it.
I got mine from Silver Lake Wine.
Great.
Yeah, it was $15, no tax. It was just straight up the price. And it comes with 2 of these stoppers and 1 of these
pumps. Okay,
So
I'm going to take the stopper, and it's rubber, okay? I'm going to just insert it here as far as I can into the bottle. Then I'm going to stick the pump on top. Now, basically what you're doing is you're pumping. So you just keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping. Keep going and going and going. It'll start getting a little bit harder as more of the air is coming out. And then eventually what's going to happen, there it is you're going to hear this little clicking noise. Once you hear that little clicking noise, you know that it's done. And everything is out, and you're sealed up. So,
that's it. It should keep for like 3 to 5 days like that. It depends on the temperature you're storing it at, and all sorts of things.
And it
depends on how much wine's in the bottle. This is definitely no water.
No, and I mean, and all those factors, and it definitely, no matter what, is going to keep better than if you just put the cork back in it. It's going to extend the life of it a little bit. And then this little stopper, also, you can just hit the little thing right here, release the air out of it. It's also got a little cap on it. You can kind of just take that piece off, and then you can pour from that, and it kind of helps prevent drippage. So,
if you want to do that, or you can just pull it out.
Yeah, I usually just pull it out if I'm going to drink it all.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
If we drip, it just means you're having a good time.
But it's nice though because it's just being all rubber, it cleans up really nicely. So it's good. And I purposefully took that off because we're going to drink this wine now.
Absolutely.
So, and though if you want to store wine, you know that this is our
preferred method
to store your open wine, to seal up.
So, absolutely.
Okay.
So that's us,
Two Crazy Redheadz.
We have nothing to cheers right now, but
we're gonna go get the glasses.